It's Tuesday night at 6:30, so that means that I am live here with you. So it is cold here in the South. We actually got some snow flurries today, but didn't keep me from working out. I didn't work out outside, but I did walk on the treadmill today. But that being said, we have talked about, we're on week 3, and we have gone over why on week 1. Remember, we were going to discover our why and make sure that it's a big enough reason. It doesn't have to be something so dramatic and all that, but we want it to be a big enough reason, to kind of kick some of those excuses out of the way. And then week 2, we talked about the what to do when. Remember, that was just last week, and the STOP method. STOP. Stop, take a breath, observe, and then plan how you're going to proceed. I want to know, how did that work for you? Did you do it? Did you I meant to do that, and this is just a reminder. But how did that work when it comes to, everything, not just overeating, when it comes to when you're upset before you say something, when it comes to you being stressed out and maybe doing something at work that you necessarily aren't as proud of. But that method will work for many different things, but I'm just using it mainly for weight loss. So let me know how that went. And this week, and matter of fact, you can, if you jump over to my Facebook page, because if you've missed anything, I do post all of my stuff there on Facebook because TikTok won't let you keep it, but I post all of my lives on Facebook. So don't worry if you missed out on week 1 or week 2, because like I said, we're on week 3 and we're pushing ahead. So week 3, what is it going to be? It's going to be finding your where. Okay, well, Christy, what does that mean? It's going to be like I said, we talked about the what to do when. I talked about the STOP method, and now maybe what's coming up sometimes is, well, I don't know if I can do this on my own. I don't know where to begin. I don't know where to go to learn how to start working out. All our brains are going to bring up all that type stuff. So I'm going to go over tonight 3 reasons, or 3 wheres. We're going to talk about where you are now and where you want to be. That's the first one. We're going to talk about where do you put yourself on your to-do list, or where do you put yourself on your priority list? And then we are going to talk about where do you turn when you need help. I'm no longer scared to ask for help, but for a long time I was like, oh, I need to just figure this out by myself. That doesn't always work when you really don't know where to begin. So that being said, let's kind of go back to number 1, and where are you now versus where do you want to be? And a lot of the times this involves, for me, it involves just visualization. I used to go back to my past and be like, well, back 2 years ago, I lost weight doing this and I kept it off. Or back before I had kids, I really did great on low carb. But we can learn, hey, Maddie, we can learn from our past, but we can't go back. So we want to know where we are right now, whether it's we're 50 pounds overweight or 5 pounds overweight or 150 pounds overweight. That's where you are right now in the moment. We can't go back. And where do you want to be? And kind of what is it going to take to get you to where you want to be? For me, a lot of the times that involves visualization. Yes, you can say, oh, that's hokey. I don't necessarily believe in that. We've been doing visualization, whether or not you called it that, for a very, very long time. Some people, it's daydreaming, or some people, it's just, dreaming about whatever is going to happen in the future. But for me, or how it's best when it comes to weight, from a weight loss standpoint, is to visualize where you want to be, what you look like, what you feel like, how you present yourself in this body that, is ultimately your goal weight and your goal body. And yes, you don't have to live as that person, but you have to know what she's doing and how she feels, and what does she do when she does something good, and what does she do when she does something quote unquote bad, or when she regains weight, does she just beat herself up, or when she loses weight, is she really excited, or is she scared to share that she's trying to lose weight? Visualize what you want at your goal weight and what she looks like and what she feels like. That's the person that you need to start focusing on. That's going to get you to your goal faster. And then when you remember her every time that you want to go and overeat, or every time that you want to emotionally eat, and just say, is that going to get me closer to that goal? Is that going to get me closer to the feeling that I want to feel in my body as that person? So, yes, it works. Yes, I do a lot of visualization in my journal. I don't just sit and visualize things, but I no longer, the one thing I don't do is I don't go back to my past. I learned from that, but I can't go back there. So I don't want you looking to your past to compare, because that's not necessarily always going to serve us in the best way. So we know where we are, and we know where we want to be, and we know visualization will actually help us get there. The second part is, where do you put yourself on your to-do list or your priority list? And my guess, because this is what I used to do for probably 40 something years, is I was definitely not in the top 3. I probably was not. I have 5 kids. I might not have even made my top 10 list. I'm going to tell you that it's not selfish to put yourself first. You can't pour from an empty cup. All of these sayings are true. Basically, if you're not taking care of yourself and your health, it's not gonna be sustainable to help other people. Yes, you may be able to do it in the short run. You may be able to, if someone needs something in the short run, to not put yourself first. Like, say someone was in the hospital and you needed to take care of them when they were coming home, or say maybe your partner was out of town and you had to step it up and help around the house a little bit more with the kids. And maybe that week, while he was gone, you didn't get to go to the gym as much, or maybe you didn't have the time to cook as much. So that may knock you down, but those are the outliers. I don't want that to be the normal, the regular. I want you putting yourself at least in the top 3 of your to-do list, or priority list, whatever you want to call it. Because if you're not setting yourself up to be hey Sandra, a top priority, you can't expect things to happen when you don't prioritize them. And especially in weight loss, no, it doesn't have to be top every day, but you have to fit it in, and if you're not even on the top 10 like me, it's no wonder that you're not being as successful with your weight loss. So again, we know where we are now, where we're heading, and we know somewhat how to get there, or we know at least we need to take a look at our to-do list, our priority list, and put us up a little bit. The third one, where do you turn for help? Like I said, I had a tendency to have the thought that I should be able to figure it out. And I consider myself pretty smart. I consider myself resourceful. And I wouldn't ask for help for the longest time. Now I do. I have no problems asking for help. But I wouldn't ask for help for the longest time because I thought it made me look like I didn't know how to do something, or it made me look like, I guess, helpless, because if I couldn't figure it out myself and I had to ask for help, it just didn't make me feel good. It made me feel like I couldn't do it alone. But what if the reframe of that was that you needed someone else's expertise to kind of help you get there a little bit faster, or to show you new ways that you haven't thought of. I mean, that's like kind of the definition of ingenuity and change and all that. Is we have so many ways to get so many people's opinions. We definitely know social media has that, but also so many ways to get so many people's expert advice. Yes, you probably have to vet some people, but my guess is in your own life that you're doing that. You're not just going based on someone, that is random and may or may not know what they're talking about. So you have to get over the hump of asking for help. And then you'll realize that there's plenty of help out there. Yes, I am someone that definitely can help you, and we're going to talk about that later. But like I said, and some of it is just saying, you know what, I'm just going to ask and I'm going to be done with it. And how I do that, a lot of the times, even, not having anything to do with weight loss, but say I just have to ask something that I'm uncomfortable asking. Maybe this looks like for me at work, having to ask a patient about something private because I need to know from a medical standpoint. Well, I still get, even though I'm a pharmacist and, medical and all that, I still get all those same emotions and feelings in me and nervous when I have to go ask those questions as well. What helps me get through asking for help or asking a question is that I know relief lies on the other side. So if I can just get through the little bit of, just push myself to ask the question, to ask for help, I know that relief or an answer is going to be not far away. I think I love Brene Brown. I don't know if y'all, really read any of her stuff or heard her, but it's like 8 seconds of being uncomfortable. So once you ask, whatever it is, it's 8 seconds of asking and kind of pausing, and they'll give you the answer, and then it's relief. So just know, and I kind of visualize that, speaking of visualization, just me getting through it. Okay, I'm going to go in. Maybe it looks like, asking for a raise or asking to be reviewed so you could possibly qualify for a promotion. Okay, well, you've got to get past it and you just got to do it. It looks no different when it involves weight loss. So asking for help from someone that maybe owns a gym, or asking your neighbor that she goes out and walks 3 times a week, asking her, could you join her? All of those little things. Yes, they could say no. It's not necessarily a guaranteed yes just because you ask for help, but it's going to be a guaranteed no if you never ask in the first place. So that's going to be one of your homeworks this week, is to ask someone for some type of help in regards to either your weight loss or your fitness routine. So push past that little bit of uncomfortableness and ask for help. It does not make you any less capable, any less knowledgeable. You're just asking because you don't know. Again, my mom said I never got out of the why phase. That you would think that would make it easier for me to ask questions, but society happened to me. And those, quit asking questions and stuff like that. That happened to me. And as adults, truthfully, after about the age of 10, our brain realizes how others perceive us. And a lot of times those questions go way down after that. But I'm here to tell you that it's perfectly okay to ask for help. You're more than welcome to ask me. And you have more help out there than what you realize. I personally, just speaking about me and my weight loss journey, I thinking back, and because I've gained and lost over 100 pounds over the last decade. I've lost a total of 40 at one time, but then I've gained 30 back, and then I lost it, and then I kind of gained 25 back, and then I gained 40 back again, and then I've lost it again. But where where did I ask for help, or where did I get the most help? For me, it was the gym. I enjoyed going to the gym. Some people don't. I had to get over myself going to the gym, but I met a lot of people there. Met some of my best friends at the gym. Coworkers really do motivate. Like, I did a step challenge with another one of my coworkers, and that just motivated. We helped each other in that way. As I'm in an online Facebook group for weight loss and mindset. I love that. They help me. I also, in my neighborhood. So my neighborhood has all different types of, well, we have tennis courts. I don't play tennis. Truthfully, I want to learn how to play pickleball, but that is one of my 2025 goals. We have a great way to just walk, and like free Pilates in our neighborhood, and there's walking clubs, there's different things. But like I said, if you don't get out there and put yourself out there to ask, it's a no. So do something. My guess is there is something going on within a 10-mile, probably even 5-mile radius of your house that can get you moving your body more and get you around some people that have some of the same goals. Because again, it's only helpful to get around people that are kind of going towards some of the goals that you set. They say that you're the most like the 5 people you hang out with the most. So pick those 5, purposefully. Go and find someone that's really motivated. Go and find someone that has lost the weight. Go and find someone that you feel is really positive no matter what. Like, if you hang around negative Nancy all the time and expect you to have all of these positive feelings and all that, when you're constantly trying to lift her up and, getting drained sometimes from that, take that into account. That's going to make it a little bit harder. So pick your 5 people, pick the people that you ask for help very carefully, but know that there are so many resources. And yes, I know COVID happened, but I almost feel like there's more resources now than there was with COVID, especially online resources. And just like this tonight, I feel like, you're sitting in my kitchen right now. This amazes me that I can come live and help people standing here in my kitchen. So you can find someone halfway across the world that will help you start losing weight with fitness program, something like that. So the where is your house. The where is at your work. The where is even in your car. If you're not to the point where you're fully comfortable with implementing fitness and movement, start working on your mindset. There's podcasts that help with that. You can still start with awareness. Awareness is going to be the first thing anyway, and awareness is key. So just know that if you're at a weight where it's not comfortable yet for you to start exercising, don't give up. There are people who have lost over 100 pounds and they were in a wheelchair, or they were, where they were not as mobile. So it is possible. And a lot of it has to do with your mindset. So don't think that you're stuck or that you're destined to be overweight for the rest of your life because your mom's overweight or your sister or your family's just big boned. That might, genetically, you might have some stuff going on that is going to make it a little bit harder, but you're not stuck. You're not stuck at that weight. You're not stuck in that oversized body. You're stuck with your brain. Most definitely. You're always going to have your brain, but you can change everything else. So just know that it's never too late to start. If you've never heard of me and you're like, who is this chick? It's week 3 or whatever. Start now. Start today. Start tomorrow. Even though sometimes I tell my clients don't have that mentality. But yeah, let's start. And the where is going to be right where you're standing. Don't make things difficult. Our brains like to know what's coming next. We're going to visualize what she looks like, what she feels like, what she does, and we're going to determine what she's going to do next and where she's going to do that and with who she's going to do that to lose the weight. And even if it doesn't work out exactly the way you envisioned it, that's fine. We just don't want our brains going to something negative like, oh, I'm never going to be able to wake up at 5:45 and go downstairs and lift weights before work. I'm never going to be able to do that. You know, that's not going to help you. Have I done that? Yeah. Have I done that last week? Yeah, I did. So it's not like once you get there, you don't have to fight some of those things. But once you get there, you know what it takes to kind of keep that momentum going. Or you recognize your brain, hey, it's trying to throw up these excuses and we're going to do it anyway. But I got a little bit of tangent there. But I said you're not stuck and don't ever feel stuck, even though you may think it. And because there's so many resources out there. And I guess let's see. Yeah, we've got about 9 minutes. The life coaching skill this week is going to be resource mapping. And I had done resource mapping before, more on like a professional level, when I was trying to start my business up and figuring out, well, who do I know that can build a website? Who do I know that can, help me with writing some of my curriculum, all that type stuff. It's going to be the same. Well, definition of resource mapping is just organizing all the people or the resources that you have in your life that can help you with a certain goal. So our goal is to lose weight. Our goal is to try to maintain that weight loss. And who all do we have that can help us? So there's going to always be some people that I put on my resource map no matter what, because they know the most people and they know what people excel at or what they do for a living. And that is going to be your hairdressers. Thank you, hairdressers. Your teachers, your pharmacists. Yes, I know a lot of people. And that one lady in the neighborhood that seems to know everything that's going on, or all the people, like she just knows, that is another one of your great resources. Why these people? They see a lot of people. They talk to them on an every other month or month basis. They know what's going on in their lives, normally more so on a personal level as well as professional. They can name someone that can help you with, like, let's say that you really wanted a dietitian. My guess, I could call my hairdresser right now and be like, hey, do you know anyone that is a dietitian or something like that? She would be able to get back to me like that with either someone who's a dietitian or someone who knows someone that's a dietitian. So use those people in your life. If it's hard to ask and it's hard for you to ask for help, when you do ask for help on someone that knows a lot of people. And then it could look like even like them giving you their phone number and you texting them. Maybe that's a little bit easier for you. Maybe, speaking face to face is harder. Maybe texting them, hey, I got your number from such and so, and she says you're a dietitian. I was looking into that. And then just let the text thread go naturally. So know that you have a ton of help out there, so you never have to feel stuck. I love the idea of the 6 degrees of separation. Like, everyone knows everyone in the world within 6 people. And they've tested this out. So that just goes to show that we are interconnected a whole lot more than what you think. But again, you have to ask, because it's a definite no if you never ask. So that's the one thing from tonight is, where are you going to be? You're going to be asking for help. What does asking for help look like when it comes to Life coaching with weight loss. That looks like me. It looks like one-on-one coaching, that looks like a Zoom meeting with me and you, anywhere from 20 minutes to 40 minutes based on what works best for you. That looks like us meeting once a week. I have some curriculum for you. Yes, my curriculum is based on if you're a pharmacist, but no, you do not have to be a pharmacist. I've had clients of all different types of jobs that I have helped. My mom is probably she's definitely my oldest client because I started coaching her when I very first started as a coach. So that's been over a year now, and she is a computer programmer, and she has lost well over 30 pounds, and she is in her mid 70s. So it works. I've had clients to lose 30 pounds. I've had a teacher to lose 25 pounds. All of this stuff, it works. You just have to be willing to ask for help and go with it and trust that people will help you in the best interest, that people aren't there to, kind of steer you in the wrong path. You are worth it. Know that, you're going to put yourself on your priority list and know that you're worth sitting at number one. No doubt, but let's at least get it to the top 3. So again, of course, I am here for you. The one-on-one coaching, if you want to check out ChristyLarsonCoaching.com, go there. It's going to say I help female pharmacists because that's my main thing, but I say anyone and everyone with a beautiful brain. I have even had a male client. Mainly, most of my clients are females from about 30 to 50, but I will help you no matter what. But check that out. And if it's something that really resonates with you, sign up for the free one-on-one and let's talk. Let's really see a more individualized plan that will work for you, because I'm definitely here to help you. And this, like I said, this is a new way. It's not like, oh, this is a 12-week program. You're going to eat these foods. You're going to do these workouts. Does that work? Yes, it does work because I've done them myself. Is it sustainable? No, because I always gain the weight back within a certain matter of time because I return to my old habits. My program is going to show you not only what your habits are, sometimes we don't even realize them, but how to kind of realize them and change them from negative habits into positive habits. Yes, it sounds so easy, but I know the way the brain works and the way that you form new habits. And I'm going to help with that because ultimately, like I said, losing weight is just a side effect of changing your relationship with food. Your relationship with anything is just the thoughts that you have about that thing. So your relationship with food is just the thoughts you have about food. And if you eat when you're not hungry, if you emotionally eat, if you stress eat, if you eat out of boredom, all of these things are very common. Those are extra calories. You're going to gain weight. It boils down to something very, very simple. But if you realize, hey, I am actually just feeling really lonely and the chips or the brownies gonna do it in the meantime, it will give you relief for about 5 to 10 minutes. But ultimately, the next night, it's gonna be back. It'll be back before you go to bed. So if you realize, hey, I'm feeling lonely, and do something to actually not feel lonely, that's what's gonna sustain, not the chips or the brownie or anything like that. It's easier to turn to the chips and the brownie. But again, it's not gonna sustain, it's not getting to the root cause of the loneliness. I can help you with that as well. Because again, the majority of people are not overweight and, because they just love the taste of food and they love the way they feel when they've overeaten. That's not the reason. They're using food as a coping mechanism. So my program will show you how to not do that. And it's almost like I said, as a side effect, you will lose the weight. The more mindset work you do around food, around body image, around shame, around all of that stuff, the better you'll do, the more you'll be able to sustain when you do lose the weight. You'll start losing it and you'll be able to sustain it. But our time has come to a close at 7 o'clock. And I'm going to speak a little bit more next week on, what exactly it looks like to, I guess, invite me along to guide you on your weight loss journey. But all of that being said, the one thing I want you to do this week for homework is reach out to one of those people, like your hairdresser, teacher, that lady in your neighborhood that knows everybody, or that one person that seems to know everyone in town. Reach out to them. Reach out to your pharmacist if you go to the pharmacy. Reach out to someone at the gym. Reach out to a coworker and figure out one way that you can start doing something that will impact your wellness, mental, physical, whatever, in a positive way. So that is your homework. All right. I hope you guys have a great night. I will see you back here next week at 6:30 at the same time. Again, if you're jumping on right now and you're missing it, go check out my Facebook page, Christy Williams Larson, and all of them are posted there. So I hope you have a great rest of your week. Stay warm. It is still cold here. Be safe. And I will see you back next week right here, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care, guys.